Allah puts a supererogatory ibadah before and after. And that supererogatory prayer or ibadah is very important for that ibadah for two reasons. That is, when we have the sunnah of the prayer of the dhuhr before or after, the sunnah is a shield to protect your fard. And also that sunnah is in case that you miss some of your fard, this will come to the rescue, and also it will come to compensate for your missed obligatory. And that is what the Prophet ﷺ, when he said, أَوَّلُ مَا يُحَاسَبُ عَلَيْهِ الْعَبْدُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ صَلَاتُ. The first thing you're going to be accounted for in the day of resurrection, your prayer. فَإِنْ صَلَحَتْ صَلَحَ سَائِرُ عَمَلِهِ. That if it's good, then mashallah, the rest will be good. وَإِنْ فَسَدَتْ فَسَدَ سَائِرُ عَمَلِهِ. And if it's not good, then the rest of these will not be good. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will say, look into the voluntary of my slave in order to compensate his missed obligatory. So when we have that the person have a sunnah before and a sunnah after, he will protect his ibadah, because there's time when you are lazy and you slip. And if you slip but you're doing your sunnah, you bite into your sunnah, you're not going to bite into your obligatory. But if you do the obligatory only without the sunnah, the supererogatory, the voluntary before or after, then if you slip and you become lazy, you might bite into your obligatory. And this is known fact. And that is why we have this month of Sha'baan before the month of Ramadan. So it is like a sunnah before the fard. And we have the Shawwal, which is after Ramadan, like a sunnah after the fard. So the person, he needs to know that the Prophet ﷺ, he was never been fasting. He was never been seen fasting in any month more than he does except in the month of Sha'baan. Of course, Ramadan he fasted because it's obligatory, full month. But after the month of Ramadan, according to Usama ibn Zayd radiallahu anhu, he said, never seen the Messenger of Allah fasting in any other month like you do in the month of Sha'baan except for Ramadan. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said, verily it is because it's a month where people, they don't pay attention to. That is between Rajab and between Ramadan. Rajab is a sacred month, and Ramadan is the greatest of all months. Now, the people at the time, they used to give a lot of consideration for the month of Rajab. Now, these days, people, they don't know when is Rajab. So, the time of the Prophet of Allah, lots of consideration of the month of Rajab. And of course, the month of Ramadan is the best. In between, it's called Sha'baan. Sha'baan means to farraq, that is, to separate between Rajab and Ramadan. That's why it's called the separator. And also, they said it's called Ajalan, which is too quick. It passes very quick. So the Prophet of Allah fasted because people neglected. And also he said that this is the month where the deeds are lifted up to the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know for a fact that the deeds are lifted up in which day? Monday and Thursday. But in the month of Sha'baan there is lifting plus. Not just lifting, there's extra lifting. And that is why it is better to make sure that you are, as the Prophet said, I hate for my deeds to be lifted except when I'm fasting. So I want my deeds to be lifted while I'm fasting. So if I'm not fasting, I don't like my deeds to be lifted up. So this is another reason. You want to be fasting in order that your deeds will be lifted while you are in the best of forms, in the best of ibadah. So your deeds will be lifted, your prayer, your good to your neighbors, and you're being good to your relatives, maintaining your kinship, and so on and so forth. And this is the third reason. The fourth reason, the Prophet ﷺ had his wives. And the wives, they are, because the women, they tend to break some of the days of Ramadan because of their physical built and the creation of Allah to them, that they miss some of the days. Because of, the women, they have the period and so on and so forth. The Aisha, she says, because we used to be preoccupied by the matter of the Prophet, that means that the Prophet is engaged with war, we are engaged with war with him. And the Prophet of Allah has guests, we have to prepare as well. So when he's in a journey, we are with him in the journey. Because of that, if they want to compensate for the days of the missed Ramadan, they don't have time until the following Sha'baan. That's about 10 months after. Because of that, the Prophet of Allah is helping them. He's being kind to them by encouraging them to make up for those missed days by fasting along with them. So he fasts the month of Sha'baan, and that is why he fasts most of it. So the best is to do to fast Monday, Thursday of every week, or you fast the day and break the following days. And if you can't, at least fast the 3 days in the month. It's like you're fasting the whole month. And the best of the 3 days that you fast, 13th and the 14th and the 15th. Those are the 3 days. But remember, after the 15th of Sha'baan, the person, if he wants to fast voluntary and he does not have of the habitual fast, he may not do so. So you're ready to start your habitual fast before the 15th of Sha'ban. You may not initiate Monday and Thursday after the 15th of Sha'ban. This is a prohibition from the Prophet ﷺ. He said, Month of Sha'baan, فَلَا تَصُومُ. If Sha'ban reaches the midpoint of it, don't fast. That means prepare yourself for Ramadan. Except if it's a what? Habitual fast. Or a person who has some missed days from Ramadan, which is obligatory, then he may do it in the second half of the Sha'ban. Now this prohibition increases and re-emphasizes in the last 2 days. Prophet of Allah, he says, don't preempt Ramadan by 1 or 2 days. And the last day is called the day of the doubt, which is the day which happens to be either the 30th of Sha'ban, the last day of Sha'ban, or the first day of Ramadan. So some people, out of precautionary measure, they would say, let's fast that day in case it happens to be Ramadan. No, brother, no precautionary measure. This is a bid'ah. And that is why Ammar ibn Yasir, he said, مَنْ صَامَ يَوْمَ الشَّكْ فَقَدْ عَصَى أَبَا الْقَاسِمِ. He will fast the day of the doubt, then he had disobeyed Abu al-Qasim Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Except if it's a habitual fast. That means you fasted Monday or Thursday, mashallah. Happens to be your Monday is on the 30th of Sha'ban, you fasted, no problem, because you're not fasting it because of precautionary measures, you're fasting it because it's habitual fast, no problem about that. And also a missed obligatory day, no problem to do it. Now for those sisters, we tell them, or the brothers, don't delay your missed obligatory days from the previous Ramadan until after Ramadan. You'll be sinned. You'll be sinned of doing so. Unless you didn't have time, which is very, I would say impossible to imagine. And a person is busy all the year. But if you had time to make up the days between Ramadan and Ramadan, you postponed it after the following Ramadan, you'll be sinned for that. Even some of the scholars impose upon you a fidya, which is not correct. But I'm just saying it is a sinful act. You have to do it before the beginning of the following Ramadan. Now, in this month, there is a night. The night which some of the Pakistani brothers, they call it Shabarat, which is the night of the 15th of Sha'ban. This happens to be, in Islamic-wise, it's Tuesday night. Christian-wise, English-wise, they call it Monday night, which is the night following Monday, isn't it? But in Islamic, it's called Tuesday night. So this is not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, when it happens to be Monday. So the night following Monday, in Islam we call it Tuesday night, because the night precedes the day. We say the night of Ramadan starts before Ramadan, doesn't it? That is why when we, for example, say tomorrow Ramadan, we pray Tarawih in the night before that. Same thing, in Tuesday night, I mean the night before Tuesday. So Monday night is according to the English. That night is called the midnight of Sha'ban. That's where some people designate a ibadah or a celebration, or even designate some certain type of food. All of that is not from the Sunnah, it is bid'ah. So any celebration or dancing or ribbon or flashing lights in the masajid, all of that, that's not right. Any fasting on the following day or qiyam on the night of the 15th is all of it as well from the bid'ah. But if it happens to you, your own individual fast and habitual qiyam, no problem. Now that night, the special thing about it is that Allah the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala descends to the nearest heaven, a descendance which is suitable to His Majesty, and He will forgive to all His creation, except for two. One, which is a person who has ill feeling towards his brothers, and another person who has got shirk. Those two, they will be exempted from the forgiveness. And what are you after? Jannah, isn't it? And Jannah cannot be sought except through forgiveness. So if I'm going to get the forgiveness, I need to make sure that I'm going to get it. So what I need to do in the 15th of night, Sha'ban, what do I need to do? Nothing. Basically nothing. Or I have to make sure that I haven't got any shirk, no shirk. And number two, if I have any grudge, malice, hatred, quarrel with a brother regarding dunya matters, then settle it before that night. Just pick up the phone and say Assalamu alaikum. At least start with a salam, and later on maybe inshallah after the salam there will be a kalam, there will be a talk. Nobody will expect from you if you have been boycotting a brother for years to go and hug him and invite him to the house. You start with a salam, and inshallah salam will bring, inshallah will water down things, and you will be talking to him later on. But at least initiate the salam to break the ice, that we say, and not to maintain this boycotting. So if you have an ill feeling towards one of your relatives, and not to say, dare me to say that towards your brother, or even your father and your mother, wal-iyadu billah, this is a major sin. You have to rush now to settle your account with those relatives of yours, especially if they are the father and the mother, and the ones who come after that, the brothers and the uncles and the grandfathers. So make sure that you settle the account just now. Just say salam and stop being arrogant. Stop thinking about the pride. These people, they don't pay me a visit. Stop saying that. Just pick up the phone and say Assalamu alaikum at least. Assalamu alaikum. Just before the night of the 15th of Sha'baan. Otherwise Allah will delay you. He will not forgive you. And now you need to know that the Prophet ﷺ, he said that Allah looked into the deeds of every person on Monday and Thursday, and He would forgive to every person, that is, except for the ones who's got quarrel. But this forgiveness is extra in the month of Sha'baan. So the night of the midnight of Sha'baan, there is a descendance of Allah plus. There is lifting of the deeds plus. Everything is plus. So it's extra. So grab this opportunity. Don't waste it. Okay? For verily, that is a simple thing you need to do. Just make sure that I've not got any quarrel with a brother and I haven't got any shirk. And sleep the night and inshallah you get the forgiveness. And Jannah is yours. Simple as that. But some of the people, as I said, their pride prevents them from making that call. No, brother. Jannah. Jannah is there for you. Just pick up the phone and settle it. I don't know if one of you here is going to benefit from this, because one of the talks I've done in one of the places, he said to me, this brother, Wallahi, Jazakallah khair, I haven't been talking to such and such person who is a very close friend of mine, and I just done it, alhamdulillah, I got the courage to pick up the phone, at least to ring him up and say, Salamu alaikum, and then they became lovers after that. Everything settles down. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ, he said, يَلْتَقِي هَذَا وَهَذَا. These two who are both each other, they meet one another. The best of them will start the salam. Get the initiative, inshallah, and do it. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يبلغنا رمضان, and to make us, inshallah, from those people whom Allah Azza wa Jalla will set free from the hellfire. That's a supreme success, inshallah.